What's up, everybody? It's your guy, Derek 420 Colorado, coming at ya live and direct here in the Dream Bean Support Center. Talk About It Tuesdays. We're going to go over all kinds of cool stuff today. We're going to go over pot size, some mycorrhiza stuff. We're going to go over all kinds of cool, super rad things. Let's see here. Get to come on. There. Okay. All right, we're getting some people coming on in here. What's up, Ron? I see you coming in, folks. This is Talk About It Tuesdays here. We're going to be talking about pot size. Going to be talking about mycorrhizae. We're going to be talking about all kinds of cool, fun, super awesome topics. I'm just going to kind of wing it today, not necessarily anything real formatted, as is usually the case. We'll go ahead and kick it off with a fat dabble rooski. For those that indulge, I don't generally indulge too often, but I always like to smoke with my folks here at Talk About It Tuesdays. So you guys are going to watch me do a dab, I'll do the general the coughing thing, and then we'll get to talking. Oh yeah. That'll get you going. Yeah. So what's up, everybody? Glad that folks are tuning in and getting on in here. Yeah. Okay. Let me cough for a second. I know y'all all tune in just to see me kill myself with dabs. All right, so I got something cool to show everybody. We'll go ahead and kick this thing off. If y'all can't see, this is a super cool backpack that I'm gonna actually be doing a giveaway for. It's going to include. It's a super rad backpack. It's got all kinds of good pockets and zippers and all kinds of stuff. Got the Dream Beans logo. I'm gonna be filling this thing with all kinds of goodies. I'm gonna be filling it with a 10-pack of each of my Fem strains. And a 20-pack of each of my regular strains. So it's going to have all of my strains, the biggest packs available that's going to go in here. It's also going to have some super rad stickers. It's going to have a hat. It's going to have a beanie. Going to have a sweatshirt. Going to have a hoodie. Going to have a t-shirt. It's going to be super, super rad. So look out for more information on the Dream Beans backpack full of goodies giveaway. That'll be coming up. Probably going to have that information next Talk About It Tuesday. So next week, be looking out for the information on how you guys can snag a super, super stuffed backpack full of Dream Beans goodies. So we got some folks in here now. They're starting to filter in. We're going to be talking about pot size and how it relates to yield, finishing times, all that kind of stuff. One of the things that I get questions about quite often is, and heck, I mean, it's happened probably 5 times today in the Dream Beans Supports group, is in the Sports Center, is how long does a certain strain take to finish? Okay, well, certain strains, obviously, there are strains that go longer, there are strains that go shorter. Generally speaking, with all of the gear that I have, it's almost all based on pretty fast autos as autos go in the 75-day range. Now, one of the selections, one of the things that I do to select in my process is how fast something flowers. And so I'm always looking for the fastest to flower and the biggest. Being able to have a quick cycle without having to sacrifice yield is always the goal of an auto breeder, in my opinion. And not having to sacrifice quality or yield when it comes to finishing time. So one of the things that I have, there's still, guys, this is all still just a whole lot of theory, a whole lot of hypothesis, Testing autoflowers is really hard to get any kind of real scientific method done on them, just for the simple fact that they all come from seeds. So inherently, there's a variable that can't be tested and controlled. For those that don't know, I mean, to be able to do a real scientific test, you need to have something, what's called a control group, and then you have the variable group. And with autoflowers, inherently, it's hard to do. So you have to get a whole lot of data, and that's what we're still in the process of right now. So all of this is kind of, within, just kind of take it as it is. This is my own personal thought. What's up, Ben? What's up, Jamie? This is just my own kind of personal thoughts on what makes autoflowers do the things that they do after working with them for over a decade. Okay, so pot size as it relates to yield. Okay, we are seeing in April Taupe. She's one of the admins. She's a moderator here and in Multiverse. That she's doing a good test for us right now. She's testing a 10-gallon pot versus a 100-gallon pot. We are seeing that the increase in pot size is a good way to increase your yield with autoflowers. Now, in my personal experience, I've seen it can lead to a longer flowering cycle. I'm actually doing some tests right now in my light-assisted greenhouse, the LAG system, for 20-gallon pots. I have a system that uses, it uses all of the latest and greatest technology along with the high elevation sun that we get here. And so it's like having a Ferrari, and now I'm trying to give it all of the high premium gasoline that I can, giving it a big pot with an abundant amount of nutrients. So we're putting some of this to the test, and I'd like to see if it finishes in the same amount of time that it does. But as it relates to yield, this is strictly a yield test that, generally speaking, that we are starting to see the bigger the pot size, the larger the plant's going to be, the larger the root system is going to be. Everybody's heard the bigger the roots, the bigger the fruits. That's definitely the case. As I'm stepping up in pot size, I was always a three gallon guy. I'm a 3-gallon dude, just because that's what everybody kind of thought, that autoflowers really wouldn't be able to fill out the bigger pot sizes because they have a limited, lifespan and a limited harvest cycle time. So there's going to be a line of diminishing returns, okay? It's going to be a 7-gallon pot or a 15-gallon pot. It also depends on your style setup. Do you have adequate lighting? Do you have CO2 enrichment? Or is your VPD in check? How is your DLI? All of those kind of things that are going to go into ultimately how much time and how much energy that plant spends on, filling out its root system, okay? Because these things are on a timer, so to speak, they have a limited amount of time to do their vegetative process, which includes growing a large rhizosphere and a large root network. Once it gets into the flowering stages, yes, it will continue to produce roots throughout its whole lifespan. I have tested this multiple times. They don't ever stop really growing roots. They do slow down. The root growth is very vigorous and accelerated from the time that thing sprouts until it gets into a couple of weeks of flowering. Once it does that, then it starts to focus really on where the roots are. It's going to put out some more feeder roots. It's going to put some more lateral roots out and some fibrous roots. But for the most part, it's slowed down considerably. So you want to focus on that time, in 7 or 8 weeks, something like that. 6 to 8 weeks, I'd say, in filling out that pot. Now, proper watering, there's so many things that go into it that depend on what size is going to be best for you. Are you a hands-on grower, and do you like to poke in your plants, and do your plants see this all the time? Mine do. That's a fact. I spend, a tremendous amount of time watching my plants grow. It's just something I always have found fascinating and something I like to do. Or are you a grower that's really busy with a work schedule and or life schedule with kids or family or whatever, and you're only able to check a tent a couple of times a week? There's a lot of things that go into how to determine what style grow is best for you. We always want to go over what's called grow goals. Y'all are going to hear me talk a lot about that. That my reason for growing is completely different than your reason for growing. My reason for growing is to create seeds so you guys can grow. We don't produce for flower anymore here at the Dream Farm. We're 100% dedicated to breeding and to producing seeds for you guys. And you guys at home, I mean, I'll just take the names on the screen. Jamie, Ben, Laderica. I know Laderica's definitely, I know her from the real world. That's my home girl. What's up, Derica? So we'll go with Eric, Laderica, Eric and Laderica, Ben and Jamie. You guys all each individually have different reasons for why you are choosing to grow cannabis at home. Okay, I know Laderica is, she likes it. She's, a casual smoker, and she enjoys. She always accused me of my pot being too strong. Well, we went to a concert one time, and she was like, "Oh no, that's too strong." So now that I'm releasing all my stuff, those guys are doing a great job. Daryl, her husband, is doing a fantastic job growing it out for their first grow. So their reasons are going to be different from Jamie's, who's ultimately probably, I don't know specifically. I'm just using these as examples. I just know Laderica. So Jamie might be using it because he's tired of spending $400 a month at the dispensary. That his state just went legal, and these guys are just getting the first opportunity to access cannabis in a way like never before. But sure enough, when that happens, people are going to try to capitalize, and the prices at dispensaries are hard. Eric may have a completely different reason. Be it that he has a medicinal purpose, that he has aches and pains and joints in his joints and knees, or epilepsy. I suffered from seizures for a long time. That's one of the reasons why I choose to consume cannabis. And so the reasons that people grow are going to be different. And so each grow goal is going to necessitate a different grow style. Okay. And again, that's going to be for all factors involved. Like, how do you do it? How much time can you dedicate it? What's your budget? There's so many factors that go into that, pot size is just one of them. It's a cumulative thing. It's all aspects of your life, and the reasons that you guys choose to grow this amazing plant at home. It's going to be different. It's going to be wide ranging. So this is another thing that you guys are going to get from me that you'll never get anywhere else, as far as I know. Ben Koch, he's doing a great job, but he's spread very thin. This is my all-time 100% full and dedicated thing that I do, is talking to you guys, breeding these seeds and getting these things out into the hands of the people that are actually going to enjoy and consume it for whatever reason. I spend a very large part of my day speaking to you guys through chats and messengers and on posts and things like that, and I encourage it. That's probably the number one thing that I see all the time, is people are asking, "Hey, sorry to be a bother, guys. You're not bothering me. This is something that I find intellectually curious, and I enjoy dedicating my life to talking about cannabis. This is, I could do this right now. We could probably talk from now until tomorrow afternoon, and I wouldn't stop. This is just something that's natural in me. It's something that I really have to rein in sometimes. Sometimes it's hard to sleep because all I'm thinking about is, breeding, or the question that got asked during the day that I couldn't tackle, or, whatever the case may be, that this is all consuming for me, and you guys will always get that from me. So I don't think anybody else on the planet really has that direct access to the breeder like you guys are going to be able to get here at Dream Bean Support Center, and to me directly. Yeah, I got real high. That dab did me good. So pot size is going to be a very good way for folks to try to get a little bit of control when it comes to autoflowers. I have seen some evidence, and now I'm starting to get some conflicting evidence. So again, that science is pot size affecting cycle time. So one of the things that we have is still a real complete mystery. We haven't been able to say that's it, is the flowering trigger mechanism for an autoflower. Is it just inherently on a biological clock that's random? Generally in nature, for the things that I've studied and I've seen, there isn't too much like that in nature, to where it's just like, hey, when it happens to do it, there is a specific biological mechanism inside that plant that's actually triggering it to do its sexual reproduction thing. I am of the guys now that it is an evolutionary adaptation to where these plants grow in north parts of our planet, is the roots hitting the permafrost layer and hitting that frozen layer that they can never penetrate, never get through, never extract nutrients from. As a result, that's when they know to do their flowering thing. Their roots aren't going to be able to get any bigger, and they know that their season is coming probably to a short end, because again, these plants get essentially 90 days of 24 hours of light to have evolved and developed the day neutral trait. The day neutral trait just means that it's not the sunlight, that actually triggers that flowering mechanism, triggers sexual reproduction. So if you can imagine that we've longed, in the autoflower community have long thought that was one of the contributing factors, and I'm leaning more and more towards it, is that root resistance and root pressure is what is one of the contributing factors to autoflower flowering, triggering the flowering. I've seen this through, guys, I've worked with autos for a long time and worked with every kind of, medium and pot size and cocoa and soil and deep water culture, all of it. And so I've got a lot of data, to support and kind of go back through and take a look at to support it. And it's seeming to be the case. Like I said, I'm doing a test right now on a 100-gallon pot. I'm sorry, not 100 gallons. That's April. I'm doing a 10-gallon pot. See, you guys got me doing those dabs and stuff. So a 10-gallon pot, and seeing ultimately what the yield comparison is to the things that I've done. It's the biggest that I've used in a 20-gallon pot. God, did I say 10? I'm using 20-gallon pots. Man, that thing got me good. 20-gallon pots, going to see what the difference is in yield, cycle time, those types of things, and try to get some more data for you guys. Generally speaking, the cycle time on most of my autos is going to be 75 days plus or minus 5 days. Again, depending on your setup. If you have it in a half-gallon pot and you're running it at 24 hours of light, then it'll probably flower on the faster side of that, 65 to 70 days. If you're going in a 15-gallon pot and 18 hours on and 6 hours off of light schedule with no CO2 enrichment, it's probably going to be on the higher side of that, 75 to 80 days. So that's kind of the things that you have to take into account when you're thinking about cycle time. Pot size is one of them. I've also seen a lot of stuff. We had a pretty good conversation in there. I can't remember who it was, about mycorrhiza. You guys will definitely see me always using Dino Myco. I am a firm believer that these guys have done the science to actually prove what makes mycorrhiza important and what makes it beneficial for cannabis. So there's a lot of, and god damn, I meant to bring a dang bag of it. Sorry. There's a specific strain of mycelium, and there's a specific strain of mycorrhizae that is okay. Let me back up. So the reason that mycorrhiza is important in nature and what happens in nature, and the reason that why we have adopted it in the cannabis community, is because the mycelium creates what's called hyphae. It's Hyphae, hyphae. Okay, they're little small tubes that attach to the roots, mainly of hardwood trees. Okay, that's important. We'll get back to that. Mainly in hardwood trees, they've found that there is a direct relationship to this mycelium breaking down organic material and being able to essentially inject it exactly as the plant needs it, at the right amounts, in the right concentrations. It is a true symbiotic relationship that's pretty unique in nature. So there is a specific strain of mycorrhiza that actually attaches to cannabis roots. Now, Dino Myco is an Israeli company. They're from Israel. Israel has been doing cannabis research far longer than just about anybody's. They are government funded to research it, in fact. So they've got a lot of really good, there's so much good data, actual real hard evidence and science and data that has been coming out of Israel for 15 years. Okay? So what they did is they took all the mycorrhiza products that were out there and all the mycorrhiza that they could find, and they tried to see if, when they look at it under a microscope, can they see the hyphae attaching to the roots in any fashion. And so they found that only one strain does. Okay? They have that strain at 900 propagules per gram. Now, it is contained in a small little clay ball. What that does is preserves the mycelial content and allows you to distribute it into your soil. I've got soil out there right now that's got 10, 12 days on it of moisture, and you already see the breakdown. So that's my favorite product. There are other products out there. I would strongly, strongly advise anyone to take a look at that specific strain. And I'll make a post on it, guys. I'll put the bag and I'll get the specific strain on what kind of mycorrhiza it is. If you're looking at any other products, just make sure it has that in it. Again, these guys have got the science and the data to back it up that virtually 95% of the market and the mycorrhiza market, it's not beneficial to cannabis. It doesn't attach the hyphae to the roots, and it'll give you some fluffy white stuff in the soil, but ultimately nothing's happened at the microscopic level like it does with Dynamico. So that's one of the good things. I've got some real good tests going on right now, as a matter of fact, with Dynamico, and how that hyphae root relationship will actually benefit folks to transplant and or up pot, not transplant, but up pot in a way that's not going to affect flowering cycle times of autoflowers and give you a real easy way. More to come on that. It's a method that I've been working with for for 3 cycles now, and it seems to be working really good. And I think the missing link to that was the mycorrhiza hyphae root relationship. So more to come on that, guys. Let's see here. You guys, I'm sure everybody wants to know about what kind of promo, what's going on with the stuff. It's gonna be a super rad promo. Stick around to the end to see what this week's promo is. I've got it right here, right next to me, as a matter of fact. Let's see, what else do we got here? Let's see, I was going to talk about other stuff too. I'll let y'all know what's going on at the farm. We've got both LAGs now fully stocked, fully running. There's 200 plants or so in there. They're all doing really, really well, all taking to it well. I've got a bunch of stuff coming, guys, some super, super awesome stuff coming. The most one that I've had everybody ask about is the TMFG, the Too Much Fucking Grape. We've got some testers out there. Kate Frisch, she's out there doing great work. She's got one taking over her tent right now. It's taking over, and I can't remember for the life of me who the other one is. Somebody else has got another tester out there that's doing just about the same thing. It's gonna be so grape, guys. So much grape that it's gonna grape the grapiest grape you've ever graped. It's all grape. So I've got that one working F2s now, and we're getting into the release of those. Will probably be, I'm hoping that I can do it by my summertime launch, which is going to be around the end of May for the next Dream Beans launch. It's going to be through Multiverse Beans, and it's also going to be through dreambeans.net. You guys, it's fire. All of it's fire. It's super fire. But the TMFG, I keep getting questions about it, and folks asking, when is it going to be ready? I was originally thinking that it was going to be towards the end of the year, but it looks like that these F2s are coming out super, super stable, and so the F3s should be right where I want them. So those TMFG fans that are out there, super good info there coming. Should be a little bit sooner than originally anticipated. What else do we got? Let's see here. What else happened? Let's see. Has anybody else got any questions that's out there? That's always good and fun. I know there was some stuff. Benjamin, I will get you a tracking number. I know it got sent. I know my wife sent it, so I will definitely get the tracking number, see where it's at. The USPS lately, guys, has been real crappy. I've had several folks, and this is not one specific state or post office. This is the whole damn thing from East Coast to West Coast. They're just holding packages up. It's taken me longer to get my merch. Like, boo, USPS. They suck. Let's see here. What else do we got? And if nobody's got no questions for me, what else? I know there was some other stuff that I had. Bio 365. That's the soil that I recommend. Those guys are good. They've got super good stuff. Fungus nest. We were talking about mosquito bits. I put a video up on BT. Bacillus thuringiensis. It's the active ingredient in mosquito dunks and mosquito bits. It's the best IPM, which stands for Integrated Pest Management, that I've found by far. There's actually some really cool, and I haven't found it, but I swear I have seen it and come across it. A study that showed Bacillus thuringiensis to be systemic, which is wild, super, super wild, because it's a bacteria. And so how could it ultimately transfer through the roots and then ultimately get into the stem tissue? Ultimately in the stem tissues of the plant. So the way they did it is they had, they know what specific identifier for the Bacillus thuringiensis, and then it went into the roots, and then they had some bugs bite the plant tissue, and then they tested the bugs, and it had the same BT in it. So it's a super, super crazy thing that I've thought that for a long time, because I hardly see any bugs. And if I ever see them, they're not there for very long. It's one of the best solutions for fungus gnat eradication. For those of y'all that use Fox Farm soils, you might want to get you some BT on hand. And I recommend mixing it into the soil and doing a soil dunk as soon as you get it. Doing a soil drench, which just consists of getting a tee, basically getting the bits or the dunks, smash the dunks up and put them in a sock or whatever, a pantyhose or a tea bag, whatever you can get, and get some really hot water and put the Bacillus thuringiensis, the mosquito bits or dunks, in the 5-gallon bucket with water, and let it sit for 12 to 24 hours, and then drench your soil completely with that mixture. Also, the bits, especially if you're using Fox Farm, they are notorious for having lots of bugs, and nobody likes fungus gnats. They can really ruin your crop, especially at the beginning when again, autos, guys, having fungus gnats can be a detrimental thing, that if you get a fungus gnat infestation and it's bad and you put your seedling in there, those things munch on the roots. And so if they munch the root cap, you're done. The root cap is going to be the very small, the very top part of the root, the tap root that you have. And if a fungus gnat larvae gets a hold of that and it munches it, it's done. I've had the main failure rate that I get is from broken tap roots, from transplant, from whatever it may be. They got too hot in the seedling incubator. They got too dry. Preserving that root cap and that tap root is of paramount importance. And so in an autoflower, if you put your stuff in a bag of Fox Farm Ocean Forest, and it's full of bugs, it's going to eat the crud out of that little root, and it's not going to have time to recover and give you a robust rhizosphere. So these are just kind of the things that are a little bit different from photos to autos that a lot of people don't really, I don't think, take the time to think about it. In my opinion, that growing autoflowers makes you a much better grower. It makes you be able to read the plant better. It makes you understand that how the bio processes of the plant work, those types of things. Let's see, what else do we got? I guess it's, I'm here about 20-something minutes, 25 minutes, so I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing me blabber. We got the promo. The promo this week is going to be 15% discount. Guys, it's going to be 15% off, and we're going to do double the bonus freebies. The freebies this week they're special, okay? They're special, guys. This is going to be out of my personal reserve, out of my personal stock, okay? So far, the Pappy's Secret Stash has been blowing folks away. It's been really, really good, super, super good, vigorous growth, ultimate terp profile. People are loving the Pappy's Secret Stash. It's definitely my best seller so far, and I just want to get everybody to be able to get a hold of it. So what I'm doing is you guys can read it. This is my keeper. This is my keeper bag. This is the one that I'm using to continue my breeding efforts with. This is the best of the best. There's 300 of them, and you guys, for those that have seen my seed collection, that's out of probably 300,000 plus seeds, 500,000 seeds or so. There's 300 of these, and so I'm going to be giving those out as freebies, and we're going to do bonus freebies. 3 packs get 2, 5 packs get 4, and 10 packs get 6. That's going to be how we roll. That's how we're going to do it. You're going to get 15% discount, and these are going to be on top of the Blueberry Breath Option 2s that come already in every package. So you guys are going to get a really good deal, smoking deal, and of course I'm keeping 10 of these. So if y'all buy them all, then I'm keeping probably 10 or 20 of them or so. So I will do that accordingly. These are as supplies last. But this is a special one, guys. This is the one that's that I may rename this pheno the shit that killed Elvis. It's super, super indica heavy. It's virtually just puts you on the couch for those indica guys, the couch lock folks. This is the one that you want. This is the one that your mom warned you about. This is the one that you see in that commercial way back in the 80s and 90s, and you saw the girl when she melted. Man, I've been looking for that weed for a long time. This is it. This is the stuff. This is the one. My farm manager, shout out to my boy River. He's the one that is always looking for the couch lost stuff. He wants to get lost in the YouTubles and he wants to be able to be locked in. This is the one, man. This is the one that is going to be leave that taste in your mouth. The terp profile on this one's going to be really heavy towards the to the Kong breath side. It was a real Kong breathian. It's real glue smelling on the front end, and then on the back end, it is definitely blueberry. It's a real special one for me, and you guys are gonna love it. So, in order to get your 15% discount, enter the code TALK15. That's TALK. TALK. TALK15. That's going to get you a 15% discount. This is going to be going for the next 24 hours. I'm really hoping you guys kind of don't, so I can actually do a full run of these. But I'll let you guys. It's got the berries and cream, funk, and super dense. That's what's written on my breeder notes. So if you guys like berries and cream, if you like funk, if you like the funk, if you like dense nuggets, this is the one. This is going to be the one that you. This is the one that you guys like. This is going to be the one. So if you haven't gotten Pappies yet, anything that you get, any seed purchase, we're going to make it. Any seed purchase, you guys are going to get 15% discount along with double bonus freebies here of the Pappies Secret Stash. This one, I'll just kind of go into it a little bit more. The blueberry breath is definitely going to be indica forward, and the double berry slushy on this one was a unique indica heavy, real short, real squat plant, but the stems on them were really thick. It really checked every one of the boxes that I actually look for, and that's what that's why it says keeper on the bag. These are going to be the ones that you'll never be able to get to release. These are just going to be breeding stock, and right here in this promo, going to be able to get them as a bonus freebie for the next 24 hours. You can get these at dreambeans.net. Make sure you guys take a look. There was some stuff on I can't remember where it was. Folks are having a hard time finding pictures. Guys, if you click on the strain art, and then it'll open up the selections right below it. There's a little picture, there's a little thing you can click on and scroll through the pictures of each of these strains. This one I don't have. If anybody wants a picture of the one where this came from on the Pappies, double bonus super ultra awesome freebies promo here for Talk About It Tuesdays. You can shoot me a message, and I will be more than happy to get back with you and let you know about some pictures and all that kind of stuff. It's super fire. It's the one that I'm probably I've actually got 10 of these going right now in the LAG, and so I'm probably going to keep 10. Do the reversal on this first set. I'm going to reverse all 10, and then use the next 10 to selectively pollinate for the super berry funky creamy super dense nuggets, guys. These are the dense nugs. These are the ones you can throw at the wall and you hear a plate and it sounds like a rock's dropped. It's pretty rad. So for those of you just tuning in, the Tuesday, Talk About It Tuesdays, we've gone over pot size. You guys, as always, all of these lives will remain pinned at the top of the group, and you guys can always access them and reference back to them. Take a look at what I said. Sometimes I talk fast, sometimes I go off on tangents. But they're always going to be here. The promo will be live for the next 24 hours. You guys will be able to get access to the super awesome Pappy Secret Stash Keeper pheno that I have. This is my breeding stock that I have. It's really got the goods, guys. It's got the thick stem. It's got a terp profile that's over 3%. Cannabinoids total are over 30%. The THCA on it's like 28%. Is about the averages that I'm getting. And you guys, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. It's the good stuff. It's the one that I personally smoke and I like to make the rosin out of, and I like to. I've hashed it a couple times, and it's just the one that I keep going back to is the Pappy's Secret Stash. That's why I named it Pappy's Secret Stash, because it's the one that you see that you put back in the back of the dresser that you keep in a good little Grove bag or a sealed jar. You keep it real nice. It's the stash. And when you want a real good, super flavorful, ultra heady, knock you on your butt, ultra good, indica strain, you're going to reach for that Pappy's Secret Stash. It's the one your mom warned you about, like I said, back in middle school. Oh, hey, you're going to turn into a pumpkin. Yeah, that's that stuff. So you guys are definitely going to enjoy it. If anybody's got any questions, feel free to shout them out. Most of the time, you guys just shoot me a DM if you have a question. I'll go kind of over that again. This is going to be the thing that you get at Dream Beans that you don't get anywhere else. It's access to me. I live, breathe, eat, sleep. Autoflowers, man. and my gear and growing in general and growing autoflowers in general. It's just everything I do. It's where I spend a lot of my time. And so you guys know you're able to reach out to me. There's this Talk About It Tuesdays that we're always going to do. I'm going to try to stick to it every Tuesday. And this week I don't have volleyball because it's spring break here, so that's good. I was kind of tired. Got a lot of snow at our home mountain. We're at almost to 500 inches. Going to go hit the nar, shred some nar on Thursday. That's going to be super, super cool. It's going to be super epic powder, like 40 more inches between now and then. So I'm stoked about that. I might put up a cool video, or maybe I'll do a live from the mountain. If I can get good enough service, I will do a live from the mountain. We'll do some couple of runs together. You guys and the Dream Maniacs, the Dream Team out there. LaDerica had a good idea, and kind of, I mean, she said she wanted one. I'm gonna make some Dream Team merch. You guys are the dream team. You guys are the, you guys are the ones that make it happen. Teamwork makes the dream work, and you guys are the dream team. You guys are always the one that grows these plants and shows them off and puts them on Instagram, and ultimately that's always good for me. And so I will, for long as you guys see my beautiful face on this camera, you'll get love from me, and always shouting out to the growers out there, the guys in the basements, the guys in the tents, the guys in the greenhouses, the folks outdoors, the ladies indoors. All folks that are growing autoflowers, specifically Dream Beans, you guys are my people. You guys are the dream team. So we're going to be coming out with some more cool merch. If you can't see, this is the Living the Dream snapback hat. This is, the tie-dye today is Blake, my boy Blake Puzzles. Shout him out on Facebook. He's out there ready to take your tie-dye orders. He's got some real cool glitch styles for you folks. That's Blake Puzzles. Like you put puzzle pieces together in tight dyes. Tight dyes. My boy Blake. Yeah, man, that's where we're at. You guys go head over to dreambeans.net. You'll get your 15% discount for any of those new customers, brand new customers, first time to dreambeans.net. You'll also get to spin the wheel. If you love spinning wheels like I do, like in Vegas, you spin the wheel. You guys will always get the first time. Shoot your email in there, and you'll get the opportunity to get up to 50% off, which is rad. So, theoretically, if somebody was to be their first time, they spun the wheel, they put their email in, you get 65% off your order and some bonus freebies to go along with it. Of course, all orders are going to come with slaps. We got the Dream Bean slaps. I've got some new Living the Dream slaps coming on the way. Those should be here, I think, next week. So those will start going out with orders as well. You guys, as always, we love hearing your feedback. We love seeing you posting pictures. You might see an ad pop up on Facebook. I'm out there trying to do some advertising on Facebook and get all folks that love to grow autos and the folks that want to get the best autoflowers on the planet. We're going to get them here, guys. It's through you. It's through all the efforts that us as a team are doing. You guys showing off those pictures, taking those grows, taking the time out of your day to make those posts and comment, helpful comments and tips and tricks. Those are always what we're looking for. Staying active. Stephen Williams, he was the winner this week. And like I said, you guys always stay active on the group, and you never know when I'll just randomly shout it out. May pick a top guy, may pick top 5, may pick top 3. You never know. Staying active, that's the way to get rewarded here in the Dream Beans Network. The Dream Beans Support Center is always going to it's going to always reward those active members and those folks that are showing love. We love to show love back. That's going to be just about it today. It's about 30 minutes right there, 40 minutes or so. That's seems like nobody's really having any questions. If you guys do, you can always get a hold of me on Facebook, personal messenger. You can reach out through my contact form on my website, which is dreambeans.net. You can reach out through Instagram, which is dreambeans, dream_beans official, or something like that. We are not a coffee company. Everybody keeps asking me, hey, how do I search it? If you search on Google, Dream Beans Cannabis or Dream Beans Autoflowers, it'll come up for you. We're still working on that Google ranking. So, that's what we're going to go. Nick Townsend just messaged, Talk 15 is going to get you 15% discount. And anybody who uses that Talk 15 code will also get freebies. These are going to be the double berry slushy and blueberry breath, also known as Pappy's Secret Stash. This is the breeder. This is the ones. These are the ones that are actually that are super good. This is the Keeper Pheno for Nick. of the Pappy Secret Stash. There's only 300 available of them. I'm keeping probably 10 or 20 of them to continue to do some breeding efforts with, but the rest of them to let you guys have here just specifically for tuning in and listening to me to rattle on about Talk About It Tuesdays. So that's all we got for now. I'm going to go out there and deal with my puppy that's been whining at the door and get some grub and wait for my wifey to get home. So you guys reach out. Feel free to reach out if you can. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, if you have any questions about ordering, I'm always available. If you have questions about the strains, I'm always available. Long story short, guys, if I'm not sleeping, I'm always available, or snowboarding. But this week, you guys may get to accompany on that adventure as well. We'll see you folks out there. Derek 420 Colorado signing off. We'll see you guys out there at the Dream Bean Support Center in the multiverse. As always, you can always catch my strains at multiversebeans.com and dreambeans.net. Love you guys. We'll see you on the next one.